The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
The United States are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitution for United States. Number 22.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 25.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Neymar.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Vieri. Number 5. Olise. Number 23.
Well, the idea was a good one.
Platini.
The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Chips it through. And the shot! Goal! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. That was a given. It always was.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the... Seedorf! It's run... And there's the shot! Lacking in accuracy.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
Now this could be a chance. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Rijkaard. Zanetti. Olise providing an outlet on that. He rises! No, couldn't quite control it.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Caggiolu is in a really good position out wide. Cruyff.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Madrid clearly now in lead preservation mode. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Oh, super ball! And he lines up a cross. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's Zanetti. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Olise. Danger averted for now. And that's it. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
The Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Well, it's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Zola goes on a charge down the left. Not the most convincing of passes. And now the breakaway. Great vision. And the through ball. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Well, they've got it again. Adriano. Madrid appearing to have the better of things in these early exchanges. Pull it. And that's been won straight back. Zola. Israel are looking to break at pace. That's very neat. Nesta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Great ball if he can get there. He's there to retrieve it. Bullet can be a real threat inside the box.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Vieira. Looking to play him in. Picked out, and the finish! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Quality ball. Messi. That's gone loose. That'll be a throw. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He rises! Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Just the goalkeeper to beat. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
And this is Messi. Vieira. Ferdinand is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. He's a sharp little... He's had a shot! Goal! Israel! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Oh, that's a key interception. Dinks one through, and this is Bale. They want to be quick to recover this. And that was probably asking just too much.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities, always fancies himself no matter what the situation.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Bale, Messi tries to cross, and it's Seedorf. And here's Messi. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Van der Sar gets it away. Oh, that is a nice touch. Oh, nice touch. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that could set him on his way. No, it's come to nothing. And that is as far as they're going to go. Ibrahimovic. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Rodri knocks it into space. Pele receives it in a wide position. Shot at goal! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And this could be the final action of the first half. Messi! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, Peter, there's no doubting that the situation is quite bleak when you're not only losing but a man down as well, and while the break is most welcome in giving the opportunity for the players to regroup, there's no doubting that the next 45 minutes are going to be extremely difficult.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Seedorf running with the ball. And it's Gullit. Ibrahimovic. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Tries to play it through. There's the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Adriano clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Madrid have their second corner now. Maldini getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He won't be happy with that one. Now he's got space here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Oh, good ball! Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Rodri. Pele. And he's managed to get free.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 22.
So the manager can make a change
El
for the
dorsal
first time in the
15.
game here.
Bale. El dorsal 9. El dorsal 17. Messi. El dorsal
A
19.
poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away.
Serán sustituidos por
Pull
el
it.
dorsal 24.
Nicely weighted ball.
He's having a shot!
Oh, the ball's run loose. In he goes again!
El dorsal 6.
So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Pull it. Aimed beyond the defence. That ball looks a good one. Van der Sar claims comfortably. And they're not going to make any further progress now. That's an imaginative pass. Van der Sar gets rid without sophistication.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Oh, easy pickings there. Haaland. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ambitious ball here. That looks a cracking ball. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, that's well spotted. Pinches it off him. Looking for options for movement. Seedorf. Now it's Tevez. And that's really well manoeuvred. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Haaland. Oh, no joy this time.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there! Do not write them off! Back they come! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And Del Piero! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
And he's being shifted off it. Vieira really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Can he
Habrá 3
finish?
minutos de descuento.
Oh, he's been... and again! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Del Piero really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the serve.
Shot, surely!
All the big boys are set for this. It's like Land of the Giants in there.
Mighty effort! Decent enough try.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Good read, needed. And time is up. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Eto'o claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Madrid succeeded in minimising the damage caused by their numerical disadvantage.
Well, look, they may have drawn, Peter, but considering the circumstances, it'll feel like a win. This was an opportunity to exhibit character and commitment, and they came through with flying colours.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.